Right, so I'm starting this game, new game, Red Dead Redemption 2. Hopefully this will do better on the channel than Black Flag is doing right now. This is a game I really like. It has quickly climbed into my top 5 games of all time. It's just a really good game. Many people say it's just a little boring. I mean, it's not as action packed as something like Grand Theft Auto, but what it does very well. So let's just go ahead and play it. I will show what my settings are for my PC. I think God of War won the Game of the Year instead of Red Dead Redemption 2. Obviously, I haven't played that.
Abigail says he's dying, Dutch. We'll have to stop someplace.
Okay, Arthur's out looking. I sent him up ahead.
If we don't stop soon, we'll all be dying. This weather, it's May. I'm just hoping the law got as lost as we did.
There! Arthur! Any luck?
I found a place where we can get some shelter. Let Davy rest while he... You know. An old mining town. Abandoned. It ain't far. Come on. Come on! Yeah!
This game just starts off with an extreme taxing scene on the graphics card. Thankfully, with my settings I can still maintain around 30.
Bring him in here!
Right. I'm going to talk over it because I don't know. Just like Black Flag, maybe the in-game music will also trigger the YouTube bots. Moronic bots. Anyway, everything about this game is cinematic. The actual characters in the game,
get that fire lit,
the gun
quick.
models, everything is
Miss Jones,
excellent.
bring in whatever blankets we have. Mr. Pearson, see what we've got in terms of food.
And the weirdest
Davy's
thing is
dead.
there are some options on PC that are
nothing
even on
more
low are
you could
better
have
than the
done.
consoles. So it just
What are we
looks
gonna
better
do?
than
We
the
need
consoles. Anyway.
supplies.
Well, first of all, you're gonna stay here, and you are gonna get yourself warm. Now, I sent John and Mike scouting out ahead. Arthur and I, we're gonna ride out, see if we can find one of them. And this, just for a short bit. And I don't see what other choice we have. Listen. Listen to me, all of you, for a moment. Now, we've had, well, a bad couple of days.
That's saying something.
I loved Davy, Jenny, Sean, Mac. They may be okay. We don't know. But we lost some folks. Now, if I could throw myself in the ground in their stead, I'd do it. Gladly. But we're gonna ride out and we're gonna find some food. Everybody, we're safe now. There ain't nobody following us through a storm like this one. And by the time they get here, well, we're gonna be long gone. We've been through worse than this before. Mr. Pearson, Miss Grimshaw, I need you to turn this place into a camp. We may be here for a few days. Now, all of you, get yourselves warm. Stay strong.
That, by the way,
with
that little
me.
kid was Jack Marston.
We ain't done yet. Come on, Arthur.
All right.
That little kid was Jack
Got
Marston.
some work to do.
We ain't run into them yet, so they both must have headed down the hill.
Sure. Hey, I ain't had time to ask. What really went down back there on that boat?
We missed you. That's what happened. Come on. Oh. Hey,
Right.
you need horses?
Now we start moving.
Hey, Mr. Smith, get yourself indoors. You need to rest that hand.
I'll live.
Get indoors, son. We need you strong.
The FPS is really tanking right now. That's to be expected. This is like everything
All right.
going
Let's
on,
head out.
like particle effects,
Ain't
lighting,
sure
everything
what we're
going on
gonna
together
find out here,
with
Dutch.
shadows, with
We
snow.
have to try. Stay close.
This is a very
We'll
taxing
do our
game.
best to stick to the trail.
This goddamn weather.
Been 2 days or more like this
Thankfully,
now.
it's not dropping
Oh,
way
it
below
has to
30.
blow over soon.
It's stuck at 30. So when the weather clears up, in normal
Careful over this
circumstances, I
bridge
get
here.
around 40-ish FPS.
Can't believe we lost Davy too.
He's the last one, Arthur. No more. We need to get those people warm and fed.
At least we don't need to worry about Pinkertons tailing us in this.
A couple
Oh,
more
also
days,
this game has a
we'll be on
first-person
the other
mode.
side.
Really cool.
You need to help me pick the others back up. You're the only one I can rely on to stay strong right now.
We got fire and shelter. That's a start.
So,
So, do you think it was a trap in Blackwater?
That many men? Oh, they knew we were coming. But there was money on that boat, all right. Lots of it. I stashed what we took with all our money.
they
in
are
town
talking
right
about the
before we
Blackwater
fled.
job, which if anyone has played Red Dead Redemption 2, it's also mentioned there. It's
Wait,
primarily the
is that
reason
someone
why
coming towards
John
us?
was asked to, hunt everyone down. But even in Red Dead Redemption 2, we never actually know what actually happened in the job, because even Arthur himself wasn't
You up
involved.
ahead. Who's there? Micah.
Gentlemen,
Found anything?
I think so.
This guy.
Found a little
My
homestead
God,
down
I
that
don't
way.
like this one.
Okay. Anyone home?
Sure. Place is blazing with light and noise. Sounded like a party.
Let's go see.
Follow me. How's Davy doing?
He didn't make it. Nor did little Jenny.
That's too bad. Davy was a real fighter. Both of them calendar boys is, or was.
Yeah.
So the other
And
calendar
Mac, Sean,
brother,
we don't know.
Mac Calendar, he is also
Why
dead.
they
We'll
business.
find that out pretty soon actually. So that's why I don't care about spoiling it.
I'm glad you're all
And it's
right,
kind of
Micah.
also a throwaway line. And one of the other guys,
Ask him if he's
Sean
seen
that you
John.
mentioned, his full name is
Hey,
Sean McGuire.
Have you seen John, Micah?
Didn't see much of anything once this storm came in.
He hasn't seen him.
You'll be fine. Things always turn out right for that boy.
I hope Mac and Sean are still out there somewhere too.
So yeah, there is also the mission while we are in the prologue where we actually rescue John Marston. And we also get to see how he got those cars.
Giddy up. Whoa. You run into anybody else? I reckon we're the only ones crazy enough to be out in this, Morgan. Yeah, well, don't talk to me about Creighton. Oh,
I'm pretty
It's
sure Arthur
all
wasn't
gonna
worried
work
for
out,
him.
Morgan. Okay, let's keep it down now, gentlemen. It's just up ahead.
Right, so we now go into that ranch and we meet another character actually. I'm not going to spoil who
Okay.
that is in
Let's
case
head down there.
there is someone who hasn't played this game yet. But it's a pretty good character. One of the best. Right, so my health is currently low. For some reason the mouse was on the screen for a second.
Let's hitch up here.
So, if you hitch your horse, it improves your relationship to that horse. You can hitch this horse. So it will just put it on a hitching post, yeah, like that.
Let me handle this.
It actually helps
We don't wanna
improve
spook
your
these
horse's
fine
stats and your bonding with the horse. So like it unlocks different things for the horse.
Sounds like quite the party.
Okay, maybe this is not the mission. Here, we don't meet a new character here,
You
but
two,
that mission
get
is
yourself
coming
out
up.
of sight. One lonely man is a lot less intimidating than three nasty-looking degenerates. Arthur, in that cattle shed on the left. Micah, get down behind that wagon in front.
As far as I can remember, I think this was the old Driscoll boys. I can't select my gun yet. Okay, that's fine. Also, I'll be trying to do an entirely revolver-based run of this.
Hello? Excuse me. Hello? Oh, well, hello, friend.
What you want?
Wait, no, maybe this is the mission.
I am very
don't
sorry
remember.
to disturb you. My friends and I, well, we got into some trouble up the way, lost in the storm. Ah, gentlemen.
We
There's
can't
Micah.
help you, mister.
That's Dutch. And he has a plan.
Arthur,
Dying on the trail.
Arthur, we got a problem.
Hey, who's coming? Oh, there's one guy.
Now, I just
Arthur,
need some
there's a
cans
body
of food
in the
or
wagon.
something.
I hear you. Just
Gentlemen,
keep your eyes on Dutch.
please.
I think you should go now, buddy.
Right, so
Now, friend,
the shooting in this could have used a little bit more work. It's actually pretty easy to get a hold of, even in online. We can't use that idea.
Goddamn bastards, you're dead now!
In terms of statistics, the revolver which we have currently is actually the best revolver in the game. Cattleman revolver. Should we kill him? Yeah. Can kill him.
I said I'd handle this.
Didn't seem to be going too well.
Goddamn O'Driscoll boys here. Why?
We can't even loot them.
Micah, go bring the horses closer to the house. Arthur, let's go search the cabin.
Yeah. Oh no, I was wrong. We do meet that character here.
Smells like a party in here.
Turn the place upside down. Grab as many supplies as you can. We need the essentials. Food, medicine, whiskey.
Yep. So since you have already seen the
Looks
name,
like the poor bastard was married too. At some point.
If we can't eat it
Yeah.
or drink it, put it down.
so here we meet Sadie Adler. She is honestly one of the best characters in this game. One of the best characters I've ever seen in a game.
I don't believe it.
It's a strange one, all right. Maybe they're hiding up here too. There's a big price on Colm O'Driscoll's head. Nearly as big as the one on yours.
Wanting Colm dead is about the only thing me and Uncle Sam agree on.
So the looting in this is really slow and honestly a little bit unnecessary.
You should eat something now. Get your strength up for the ride back.
There's a lot of things here to eat. It says to open my satchel, but I'm not going to do that. I eat it in some other way. Can't we do? Yeah, we can do this, right? Yeah, we can eat this. It tells you to open the satchel, but I already know a much quicker and efficient way to
Place
do
is
it.
dry, warm. We could maybe move the women and Jack down here.
Maybe. We'll see how they are when we get back. I don't really want us to split up.
I think we have to go upstairs now.
I'm going to start packing the horses. You keep looking. Meet me out here when you're done.
So we take everything we can and we move the frick out. Where's Sadie though? I thought she was here. Oh, wait, you can take something here. Yeah, this. Almost forgot.
Micah, Arthur, keep looking for stuff. Arthur, go see if there's anything in that barn. Micah, you search the cabin, see what we missed.
Sure.
Oh, the barn is there, not here. Was she in the barn? No, I think Micah finds her. So if you do this, you can see the objective and everything once again.
Bastard shot my cousin! Well, he's started. I'm gonna break your neck!
What's going on?
Now, this guy just jumped me!
Oh, did he now?
Sneaky
He's
little
getting beat
bastard.
up.
Should I kill him?
No. Not yet. Find out what they're doing here and where Colm is.
Right.
Oh, this son
Now-
of a bitch will talk. Where's Colm O'Driscoll?
With
Why
the
can't they
others
question him?
at an old mining camp southwest of here, near the lake.
What are you bastards doing? Why are you up here?
We're fixing to rob some train. Gonna blow the tracks. No, I don't know
Yeah,
more
you know
than
that
I
train
swear.
scene in the trailer? That's the train they're talking about.
Well, I would say it looks like you have this, Arthur. Do what you want with him. I don't care. But bring that horse when you're done. Oh,
Right, so
I
now
don't know anything
we...
else.
Fine,
Get the
we'll
hell
spare
out
him.
of here. Go!
Get out. Go. So obviously, here we have the cattleman revolver and our hat. So we don't lose these hats. No problems there, I guess.
You okay, boy?
Right, so we start off with this horse where the bonding level is 1, but we can always find more horses. We can even sell those horses.
you let him go, huh? Saw the little bastard scurrying off.
Yeah. Figured he won't get far in this anyway.
That looks like a decent horse. You should keep him. Tie him up over there, Arthur.
So we hitch him here and wait.
Mike! Whoa, look what I found in the cellar! Wild thing, ain't ya?
Leave her alone.
I wasn't doing nothing. She's one of them O'Driscolls.
No, she ain't, Micah. Look at her. Miss. Are you...
Oh, you fool! Mike!
Miss. Now, it is gonna be okay. We mean you no harm. Miss. Come on. It'll be okay. We need to get out of here, and quick. Come on now.
Yeah, Micah just ruined a completely perfectly good house because
You
he's
okay,
an
miss?
idiot.
They came 3 days ago. And my husband, they...
Miss, you are safe now. And you can't stay here. You come with us. Arthur.
Miss, it's okay. We're bad men. We ain't them. It's okay. Get on. We'll keep you safe until you figure out what you want to do.
What's your name, miss? Miss
Adler.
Adler.
Sadie Adler. Mrs. He was my husband.
Right. So now I think the prologue is going to end right after we rescue John Marston. I think that's the next mission. No, I think the next mission is hunting.
Hey! Somebody's coming! Looks like it's Dutch. Hey, everybody, Dutch is back!
How'd you get on?
Micah found a homestead, but he weren't the
Burnt it
first.
to ground.
Colm
And he burnt it to
O'Driscoll
ground.
and his scum, they beat us to it. We found some of them there, but there is more about, apparently. Scouting the
There are a
train.
few missions in prologue.
Thank you.
That's
I
the
think I'll
last
try
thing
to
we need right
fit
now,
in the
Dutch.
entire prologue.
Well, it
in
is
this.
what it is. But we found some supplies, some blankets, a little bit of food, and this poor soul, Mrs. Adler, Miss Tilly, Miss Karen, would you warm her up? Give her a drink or something? And Mrs. Adler, it's gonna be okay. You're safe now. They turned her into a widow. Animals. I need some rest. I haven't slept in 3 days.
You're over here. Miss O'Shea will show you the way. Mr. Morgan, we put you in a room over here.
Thank you, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Bell, you're with the fellas over there.
What? How come Arthur gets a room and I get a bunk bed next to Bill Williamson and a bunch of darkies?
Get yourself to bed.
So Arthur is pretty important in Dutch's gang. He's basically the third in command after Hosea. Right, so there's an auto save and I'm going to override. I have obviously finished the game. Actually twice. I finished the game twice. This is my third playthrough. So there will be some things that are very specific in this playthrough. Like I am going for a low honor and then the high honor way. So I'll probably,
He ain't
rob
been
some
seen
people
in
and all.
days. Weather ain't let up.
He's strong, and he's smart.
Strong, at least. Hello, Arthur.
Abigail?
Arthur, how you doing?
Just fine, Abigail. And you?
I need you to... I'm sorry to ask, but...
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
He ain't been seen in two days.
Your John will be fine. I mean, he may be as dumb as rocks and as dull as rusted iron, but that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur to take a look for John? You're the two best fit men we've got.
Now?
She's...
I kind of want to wear that
We're
poncho,
all-
but we don't have that option
We're
in
pretty
single player.
worried about him.
I know. The situation were reversed. He looked for me.
Thank
we
you.
get this secondary weapon, but I am not going to use it because I
way.
like my revolver.
Last I know, John was headed up the river.
For all we know, he kept riding north and never looked back.
He wouldn't leave. Not like that.
Yeah, it's
Wouldn't
not
be the
because we
first
left the
time.
first time. Right. So we always get this particular horse, the brown with white. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know much about horses, but yeah, we always get the same horse in the beginning. We also get one more horse, which will be a nice black one. This time I might look for the legendary horse. Arabian one.
Hey, I see some smoke. Come on, let's take a look.
Let's hope it ain't more of O'Driscoll's boys.
Well, seems somebody left. Recently. And that way.
Sure, well, come on then.
So here right now we have two options. We can either go with the shotgun or we can go with the revolver.
There's some tracks leading to
I'm
the
going to
river.
go with the revolver.
Whoa.
I'm going to try and do a revolver only run. But that's really difficult because this game keeps forcing the other weapons on you. They just kind of give you the weapons and use the weapons. Please use the
You think
weapons.
it's John?
And I don't want them. I want to like go on like Dutch, who has like two holsters and two
Just see where they lead.
revolvers in those two holsters.
So, you were there, Javier. What really happened on that boat?
We had the money, it seemed fine. Then suddenly they were everywhere.
Bounty hunters?
No, Pinkertons. It was crazy. Raining bullets. Take it slow. Big ravine here.
So also, yeah, I can do.
Dutch killed a girl in a bad way. But it was a bad situation.
That ain't like him, though.
Oh, I still can't use the cinematic camera. That sucks.
We continue along
So if you use the
cliff wall
cinematic
here.
camera, you can just put your hand away. It will ride the horse on its own, on the path,
Davey got
whichever
shot.
path you're following.
Mac and John, both shot too. Sean, we don't even know. I'm surprised we escaped at all. By the time you boys showed up from the other side of town, we were only just holding on.
See, now we can activate the cinematic camera.
All right.
I have to just follow on its own. I don't have to do anything.
Damn
Which is
snow's
something
coming in hard again.
which is debatable. A game should be played and not just seen. And Red Dead kind of goes for the more seen part of it. And the camera angles are really good and it does give you a feeling of immersion, but yeah, you are not really playing it per se. And after a while, when you've ridden the horse like for your millionth time, this becomes a lot easier to do. I have ridden the horse a lot. Honestly, this just becomes easier after a while.
Watch yourself. It's not
So like-
very wide here.
Honestly, if I would say if I have played around 170-ish hours, so I would say around at least 70 of those hours were just horse riding.
Yeah. A lot of
Actually,
fresh
even
snow
more
here.
than that, considering that shooting really
About
doesn't take
this,
place all that
Javier,
much.
We can't follow nothing.
Let's push on a little bit. Maybe we'll pick up
I'll
the trail
probably
again.
try Red Dead Online, although I've heard that it's not as good as GTA Online in terms of content. I didn't really like the GTA Online side of it nowadays because it's just grindy and it's just full of 12-year-olds who don't know
See
anything.
that?
Right. So we are getting near.
John was
There's
riding
this
that
wolf.
horse when we left Blackwater.
Oh, that's the horse.
Let's see if he can hear us. Come
We
on,
should go on foot.
up there.
Come on, Javier. Waiting for you. Wait, why is it going down there? Sometimes the controls are just not responding. That's a bug that has been there since the day one. There are actually quite a few bugs in this game.
Horses. Have to walk from here.
There
I
are
grabbed that
quite a
shotgun
few
from your
bugs
horse.
in this game.
Who knows what's
I'm
up
not-
ahead?
Why do I have to approach my saddle? I don't want that.
Grab your shotgun. Come on.
Fine, grab the damn shotgun. Actually, I kind of need to because yeah, right now we are going to face off against wolves, and we don't really have Deadeye. And also this. So usually I've mapped Deadeye to one button, but it just keeps shifting me to another one.
You sure about this?
It's coming from this way.
Okay.
Careful here. Yeah, that we're high up here.
You're telling me.
Yeah, that's really high. I mean, we can't even see the ground. That's really high. If you fall, we'll fall a long way.
Drops down here. Watch yourself. It's slippery. Be careful.
Right.
Watch your head here.
Overall, the game just
Okay,
looks
from
gorgeous.
here.
I mean, just look
Watch
at
your
the
step.
textures on
Real
this.
slippery.
Stay close to the wall.
Right, so my stamina is empty. I probably need to eat something. Have
Up
something.
here. Come on.
And you
Up
can
here.
do some basic climbing animations here. I would have liked more
That sounds
mobility,
closer now. Come on.
but I'm fine with it really. I'm not expecting
We're
Assassin's Creed
coming,
level of
John.
mobility here. Also, you never really know if the controls are going to work. Right. So we go here
Let's keep
now.
moving then. Come on.
The FPS is getting some real
John,
boost
where are
here.
you?
There's not much to render.
John!
John, can you hear me?
Marston!
That's John. We're coming.
Down here!
So he's down there. We're
Over
going
here!
there.
All right! Hot down, Marston!
He's down here.
That's quite a scratch you got there.
Never thought I'd say this, but good to see you, Arthur Morgan.
Yeah. So that's how he got his car. It was a wolf attack. Now you guys know.
You don't look so good.
I don't feel too good neither.
You take him back.
I'm freezing.
Don't die just yet, cowboy.
I mean,
Come
he's
on,
not going to die
buddy.
because he's very alive. Even at the end of this game. Because he has to
Well,
start in the next
can't go
game.
back the way we came. Let's try this way.
Ain't you a sorry sight?
Can't argue with you there.
See? I told Dutch you weren't the right man for this.
I'm sure you did.
You all right?
I think so.
Come on. Hopefully this will lead us out.
So now on this is a cutscene. Oh, now there's the wolf.
You see that on the ridge?
Perfect.
This is why we need the shotgun.
You head
I
for
think
the
we can use
horses. I'll keep
Deadeye.
John's friends off until you're clear.
All right, John, come on. Let's get you on the horse.
Here! Stay back!
Wait, what? The oh. I swear sometimes Rockstar games are doing work.
Got 'em all. Good work, Arthur.
Right, so now we can go.
Okay, let's get going before any more of these bastards show up.
Actually, we can skin them. I mean, they will probably not give much to skin because actually, yeah, you know what? I am going to skin them if I can. No, we can't. I've actually never played with the secondary shotgun except for this mission because I immediately switched back to the revolver.
others. Yeah.
So you see, whenever the effects are not that high, the
feel
FPS
too
goes
good.
around and stays at
You'll
40.
be fine. It's just like a dog bite.
Knew a fella, got bit by a dog, died an hour later.
You ain't gonna die. Not
I mean,
yet.
that's a solid point. I mean, technically wolves are like dogs, but dog bites also kill people. That's why I'm scared of dogs.
More
I
coming
don't
down
really
the
like
hill.
dogs.
Lárgate de aquí. Get the hell out of here! Get out! More coming in on the left. Aléjate de mí. Get out of here!
Right.
You see
So that's
any more,
that.
Arthur?
Don't think so.
Jesus.
You still with us, Marston?
Just about.
You're gonna be okay. We have some shelter now.
Thanks
I'll
for
just switch
coming
back to my
for me.
cattleman.
Of course. That bullet in Blackwater, now this. You had a hell of a time.
And Arthur always says, I'm lucky.
I mean,
None of
you
us
did
are lucky
survive,
right
so
now.
you are very, very lucky. You survived twice.
Should ride in the water for a bit. Try to lose a scent. Don't want to leave a trail right back to camp.
You know, we're gonna need to come up with a better story for that scar.
So, freezing, bleeding, starving, damn near getting eaten to death ain't good enough for you.
Yeah, come on. Let's push hard and get back.
See those buildings up ahead, John? That's where we camped. Nearly there.
Right, so we are there. The FPS is once again dropping back down to 30. This is a very graphical intensive area, the beginning of the game. If you can run the beginning at like 30, you are set. You can run the game on those settings after that. You won't have any issues. I just need to fix my PC a bit.
We get some help. We need some help here.
Come on, help him down.
You're alive! You're alive!
Here we go. There we go. Ay, careful, idiotas! It's his leg.
Come on, let's get you warm. Thank you both. This is a new low, even by your standards.
Thank you, Arthur. Thank you.
You got any other lost maidens need saving?
Not today.
Have you and Dutch talked about how we're gonna get out of this?
I was just discussing with Herr Strauss when the weather breaks. Suppose we'll have to keep heading east.
East? Into all that... That's civilization.
I know. The west is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss, let's get warm.
Thank you, Mr.
So
Morgan.
they went from west to north to back east. That seems like a very long way to take. Actually, if you see their trajectory, so they go from Blackwater, they go up into the Grizzlies,
been running
not
for
Grizzlies,
weeks.
before the Grizzlies area.
We've
Then they
found
come back
shelter,
near Valentine,
Been resting here. in
which is
some
actually
old abandoned
pretty
mining
close to
town while
Blackwater.
we wait the thaw. Hardly the spring I had been hoping for.
Right. So it's already like almost 30 minutes in now, like more than 30 minutes
We get
in.
strong, we get warm.
So I'll just show my settings and then we'll conclude this. So these are my settings. I'll just say open. Yeah. So actually I'll just go over display as well. So display, everything is in dynamic. Everything is in dynamic. That's because it just hides itself but shows it when it's needed. So I just keep everything on dynamic and anyway. Then there is camera. In camera I did make a few changes. For example, I reduced the field of view because that somehow seemed to give me a slightly more FPS. So I did that. I switched off follow level. Although I think this is off by default. You don't need to do anything there. Now this is the main meat of it. Okay, so this was in borderless. That would explain a lot of the FPS drops. Okay. Right, so anyway, now it's switched back. So you can change the refresh rate to anything you want. I keep it at 60 because for obvious reasons. I never actually reach 60, but I just keep it that way. I have switched off VSync because VSync was causing a lot of issues with me, especially with frame drops. The resolution is 1980, but I have 1080p, but I have used the resolution scaling down below, so you have that. Triple buffering you might use. Actually, I don't know why I had switched it off, but maybe there was a reason I did that. I don't want to mess with it. Right, so then texture quality, I have 4 GB of graphics memory. I'm running it on 1080p. I can do it easily. It slightly uses a little bit more RAM. So if you are at like 8 GB RAM and you don't have an SSD with you and you are relying on paging files, put this on high or medium. Don't use ultra. Anisotropic filtering, this never really affects anything. Just put it as high as you can. Lighting quality, I've done high because between medium and high, there's not much of a performance difference. GI, high was causing a slightly more frame drop, so I switched it to medium. Same with shadows, same with far shadows. I think Digital Foundry did a very good analysis of this, of what settings do what and how much performance gain per setting, so I would recommend that video as well. And this is, by the way, I have a 1050 Ti, so this is for a 1050 Ti. So tessellation at high, TA at medium, because I have also switched on FXAA. So now for me it's not as blurry, but if you are getting more blurry images, I would recommend you put TA on high and switch FXAA off. And if you can, just use MSAA with TA. Don't use it just MSAA because you will still get aliasing. Graphics API, Vulkan is just the better one. There is no debate with that. DX12 is just worse. Volumetric lighting quality low because obviously. Then there is particle lighting low. Soft shadows are off because I don't want shadows taking up any more of my GPU. Grass shadows I have put on low because honestly it doesn't affect the FPS that much. Long shadows I haven't tried. Full screen space ambient occlusion I have tried, but it just dipped the FPS a lot. Water between medium and high, there is not much of a difference. Actually, there is a difference, but medium still looks good enough. So I've put it on medium. This is the important part. So the resolution scale I've put on 90% of 1080p. So now I'm kind of confused whether that should be considered as 900p or higher than that. So this has 90% of the pixels of 1080p. TA sharpening, that you can do accordingly. Actually use this if you're getting more blurry images, just use this. Motion blur, I never use motion blur. Reflection MSA, I'm running a 1050 Ti, obviously not. Can actually increase this a bit. I'll do that later on. So grass level of detail just halfway. Don't need it to go all the way up. Tree quality, put it on medium, otherwise you will get the bug where the trees just snap into place and don't really move and it looks really weird. Anyway, parallax occlusion, all of this is in low because there is no off option here. Decal quality, fur quality doesn't affect your FPS whatsoever, at least not on my PC, so I put it on high. Tree tessellation, it was dipping the FPS, so I put it down. Right, so this is Red Dead Redemption settings. I hope if someone is watching this to get what graphic settings are, with this settings you will get 30 FPS almost guaranteed throughout, unless it's dipping because of your hard disk. If you're running this on a hard drive, I would recommend you put the texture quality to medium at the most. You cannot put it on high because even on high there are some regions, especially the city of Saint Denis, where you go and it will lag. It won't lag, but it will stutter a lot. So put it on medium. Right, so yeah, that's about it. That is about it. That's fine. Okay, so we are done with this. I'll just see you guys in next video.